Hey everyone, this is Dan the GM, and that beautiful, beautiful music is What the Dice, episode 115. Wow. Just wow. I hope you guys are enjoying this story. I have been having a blast editing it and watching our numbers steadily grow. And as always, I do want you all to join us on Discord, hang out with us, chit chat, get to know the crew, get to know me, you know, all the fun stuff. So, I really don't have a lot today. Let's just do this. Go over to your favorite podcasting review site, Podbean, Podchaser, Spotify has ratings, and Apple, and drop us a review. You never know, I might see it and I might respond to you. I'm actually pretty good about doing that. We're also on YouTube. You can find all that and more at whatthedice.weebly.com. I hope to meet you. That's it. I'm going to go. Enjoy the show! It is a dark and stormy night. The rain falls sideways as thunder and lightning flashes and rolls overhead. We look out to the ocean and the waves are crashing onto the dock wildly. Covering our head with the little bit of protection from our shields, we make our way up to the campsite. The doors open, and inside, the fire is burning brightly. We walk inside, and the storyteller hands us an old rag to wipe ourselves down with, and he offers us a warm cup of tea. He gives us a friendly smile. Sitting down, the book opens up on its own, and he smiles. Well, my friends, it seems as if the last we spoke, the adventurers have found something disturbing. Bodies strewn about, old and decayed, some with strange weapons of bone, others of information in the form of limericks and tales. But one thing stands out. A bone knife and a prayer book. Both conveniently now in Faye's hands. After asking for guidance, a small word. Flame. And the next thing the team knows, Faye burns a strange book containing a prayer from the Bone God. It seems even in the depths of a forgotten and alienated world, the Bone God's reach is there. There's more to come, my friends. Sit back, relax, and hear me tale. In the last episode, you guys had a chance to get a little deeper into the caverns, and in the process, found more bodies and wet and old TNT, as well as a plunger, and finding out there are hidden caches of loaded bombs all around the base of the God's Fell. During this exploration of these old bones from about 10 years ago, Faye finds a small prayer book made of black leather and paper. Finding just the right light, she sees the emblem of the Bone God. Opening it, she finds out it's a prayer book asking for a blessing from the Bone God themselves. And the entire party sees the words and the image of this black rose with red thorns. And then Faye burns it. And in the ashes, the entire party sees a strange mask, and only one player knows who the mask belongs to. But Kalila has a sneaking suspicion she might know.
Her cat senses were tingling.
Faye do be nervous.
We pick back up with the team, staring at where the ash once was, and the mask has slowly faded from vision.
I want to know if Kalila can pick up on Faye's nervousness.
Judge intentions?
Sense
there-
motive?
Sense motive.
Bluff.
Yep, and then you
There,
have to
there
roll.
ain't no need unless you roll a nat one. I rolled low.
Bluff, 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 bluff.
Have a total of a 9.
I have a nat 20. You suspect absolutely nothing.
Yep, nope, that's fine. That's fine.
Why are you guys staring at each other funny? Are you guys possessed again?
No, not possessed, and at least I'm not gonna dance with a warg.
What do you mean again?
I don't know. You guys could be possessed again.
You wanna go check out that giant scrap pile behind you?
You're trying to distract me, which makes me think you are possessed. Scrap does seem
No,
fun.
normally when I get possessed, you tell me that I don't respond to you.
Normally?
It's happened.
I do not get paid enough for this.
Yeah, he really doesn't give a good enough warning, does he?
No. No, he did not. What about
Defibulus
her
will like
word?
walk over and pinch Kalila.
So just ow!
Now, is that a normal
I'm
response?
not possessed.
Faye, is she possessed?
Do you want me to hug you? Will that prove it?
Hugs are nice, but Faye, is she possessed?
And she'll just hug Defibulus.
Defibulus will hug back. Maybe Faye's possessed. He'll go over and pinch Faye.
At least I'm not alone.
Nope, you guys seem normal. For you.
Well, Kalila's going to sneakily beat him to the scrap pile and start looking through it.
Perception.
You're turning her into a hoarder, Defibulus.
Who says I'm a hoarder? I just collect things and use them.
25.
Hey, get out of my scrap pile!
You snooze, you lose!
You're possessed! Next thing you know, you're gonna want a boomstick.
No, those things are way too loud for my ears.
What'd you roll?
25.
All right. You find pieces of scrap metal that have been quickly welded and placed in holes. And you find pieces of old, rusted muskets that have been crammed, bent, and shoved in. You see rocks and other pieces like that. And I need a... Give me a Constitution check.
Ah, crap. Oh, okay, straight con or a fortitude?
Constitution.
But that's what fortitude is.
Then fortitude.
That's what Constitution is.
Well, no, I just asked because if it's like a reflex save, a will save, fortitude, or is this like a dead up con check?
Fortitude, because you're trying to resist something.
Okay, I just wanted clarity because there's a point difference. 24.
Okay. As you reach in, you see a needle that is sticking out. You luckily did not prick your finger on it, but you can definitely tell there's a syringe that is still filled with liquid crammed deep within the conglomeration of quickly welded metal, stone, brick, and other miscellaneous pieces.
Oh no.
Guys, be careful where you stick your hand. There's a fully loaded needle. Back up.
I need to cast Detect Poison, please.
I didn't prick myself, but okay.
No, not on her, on the syringe.
Okay.
That's not a roll, that's just a cast it.
Yeah,
Like a
I'm
magic.
looking at my notes.
Yeah, it's a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
A creature, an object, or an area has been poisoned or is poisonous.
It is not poison or poisonous.
But it's still loaded with liquid.
Yep.
What color is the liquid?
You can't tell. The needle is too deep in. You just see that there is definitely some kind of liquid because there's like, it's just got that dampness to it.
Okay, can I carefully take it out?
You can try.
That seems like a trap to me, so I'm gonna roll, where is it? Disabled device.
No, you just need a reflex check if you're reaching in, or a because it's not a trap. It's just the way it's placed, but it is hard to reach to pull it out because you'd be grabbing it by the needle point.
So it sounds like just a dex roll.
Yeah, thank you. It's a dexterity. I couldn't think of the word.
Mid-20s. I rolled an 18.
So you
Sure.
kind of take a piece of metal that you find, and you kind of hit the needle enough to where it bends a little bit, and you kind of use it as a way to pull it up just a little bit. And as you pull it up, you see this strange bluish green liquid, and kind of scraped onto the edge of it, kind of like a label that is just barely there. You see a strange word, and it says Night Watch. And it says, caution, contents may be considered addicting.
Well, that's a drug.
Nothing ominous about that at all.
Well, at least it wasn't obedience, Faye's thinking to herself. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna crush the glass part of it under my boot.
So breaking it, so
It's not glass.
What is it then? Is it
You-
breakable?
You don't know. You've never seen this material. It's lightweight like glass, but it's definitely not glass. We would know it as plastic.
Crush resistant plastic. Okay, so can I disassemble the plunger portion and dump it out?
Yes, you can. Disable device.
do we want to do that? Do I see her making motions to do that?
You're standing right there, so I would assume so.
What? Well, hold on just a minute before you dump that. Think about all the good stuff that we've come across. And there's a med bay. We can ask the snakes what that does. If it's
Do
not
you-
poisonous,
Do you want to carry an uncapped needle with something that may be addicting that says Night Watch?
Sure.
Night Watch could be night vision. It could help you with something.
I'll carry it.
Also, we have a bag of holding.
You want the stuff all over your stuff if it like breaks or comes apart in there?
It's not going to break or come apart in the bag of holding. That's not how a bag of holding works. Otherwise, people would have like their long feet of rope tangled up in their swords.
I wonder if that does happen.
That would be funny, but
I'm just saying, that's not how a bag of holding works. If it was a regular bag, yes, your point is valid. It's a magical pouch.
Chris will just sit here watching the two go back and forth and wonder if he can snag it and take it away from them.
Well,
Uh.
Kalila, if she notices, will completely let it happen.
That would be a sleight of hand. If you were planning on taking it.
alright, fine. Put it away, but like can we cork the needle or something? That way taking it back out isn't going to be an issue.
I'm
Yes.
sure I have something to do that with.
I will say you were able to find something to cork the needle with, or bend the needle completely to where it makes it not as easy to stab oneself with.
Yeah, that's all I want is a safety feature.
Yes.
That's fine.
well,
We can make a safety feature. I just don't think you should pour it out.
You find a way to cap the needle in some way, shape, or form. I will give
That-
it to you.
And the Institute likes to study everything, so we'll give it to them.
God, the rat scholar's on drugs.
Oh, God.
Explains a lot.
I mean, who knows? For all it is something to help you stay awake and guard the night. Night watch? How many times have you done night watch?
Don't come at me like that.
I'm just saying, I stay up at a campfire and watch the party.
So you creepily watch us while we sleep?
Well, yeah, that's how you don't get attacked by, wargs when you're resting at night and we're in the woods.
I generally watch into the woods so they don't jump into the camp and eat us anyway.
Fabulous, you know what I mean.
Do I?
I'm gonna get you back for that voice.
What voice?
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me bust zone of truth, dude.
We would require the paladin for that.
Oh, you're right, I don't have it. Oh well. Let's go.
Does that mean you know how to cast that spell?
No, actually, I don't have it on my list. I just checked. I wish I did. That's a good one.
We've seen it not work so well.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good one to a degree. Moving on.
I'm gonna send Hugin down that hallway just to make sure there's nothing of interest, because I want to go back to pointing to the debris door.
That hallway is clear. The rats have cleared out the area. There is still the miscellaneous wires and whatnot that have been there, but the rest of it is clear.
Oh, okay, just loops back up to the bodies. Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else in the debris pile to find?
You're more than welcome to reach in and search.
I'm going to cautiously reach in and search.
Roll a perception and roll a fort. Well, roll me a perception first.
34.
As you're digging around, you find. Hold on, let me pull up my notebooks again. Where'd you go?
You find the DM's notebook. Oh dear.
Oh my. You find a set of pills, and it's kind of like the pill packs we have today, where they're the silver coated. And on it, you see the word betel. And it does say that it may contain contents may be classified as a class 2 in narcotic. May have addiction if used without proper supervision. Take 1 pill a day, or as blah blah blah.
Ooh, hey guys, I found pills.
More drugs?
Apparently so. Addictive stuff that might cause problems?
Then what's the good part about it?
I don't know. He'll see if there is a good part to it.
Perception.
28.
And then, you see that you find it and you pull it open. You find a small little pull-out tab that's made by blah blah blah, like the warning tabs, and in it says use for people who need extra vision and help with understanding of what's going on around them. Basically, in game terms, if you pop a pill, it gives you +1 perception, temporary.
God, I feel like it's like playing with the drugs and Fallout all over again. It looks like it lets you see things better.
Go on, take one.
Do you think it's
No,
connected
voice,
to that?
I don't want to take one.
Are you hearing your voices again?
Yes, and it's telling me to take one.
Are you sure it's not a god talking to you?
I don't think they exist, really.
I know, but what if it is?
Then he's a really bored one and not doing his job. And he'll glare up at the ceiling.
Touche.
Blasting gods and...
You are currently his... I mean, think about what we're doing here.
Getting technology, killing rats.
Our overall arching mission is to find a way to defeat a rising forgotten god.
Maybe we need somebody who doesn't believe in stuff to help us figure out how.
Maybe.
After all, we believe in their powers. He doesn't. And so far, we haven't died.
I just blow stuff up. I'm good at it. And myself, too.
And apparently it's good at fighting the bone god. He doesn't like explosions. And it successfully killed his brother. And a bunch of other people.
Well, my brother kind of successfully killed himself. He blew himself up on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to stand on the cannon. I really don't. And in my fireball, and in my storm cloud.
Well, no one said my brother was very smart. Like I said, had the personality of a box of turnips, and that's being generous. And intelligence, well, I mean, the turnips probably had him in that too.
The turnips might have been nicer.
Turnips? Yeah, probably. They served more of a use. And the turnips didn't try to murder me and kill my family. So, yeah, there's that too.
There's that. Anyway, as I was reminded by my god, balance in all things. So if we have balance in belief and non-belief, and on all spectrums, we might have a better shot. So maybe it's not a god. Anyway, moving on.
I just like to poke fun at him.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. Let's go.
To the door. You want to see if you can blow this or weld this or whatever this door open? Or are you addicted to your scrap pile?
The Fables will come over and check the door.
Perception check.
Exactly.
31.
With 31, you look at it, and it's haphazardly welded. Chunks of metal I-beams. You see a couple shields, and you kind of find the body armor of the creatures and the paladin and stuff like that have been shoved, crammed, and welded in place. It looks like, based on the math that you have already established, a single brick of C4 would easily blow this door open.
Is any of that armor salvageable at this point?
No. Not with it welding. Well, welded. Not with it being welded.
The Fables, that's a shame. I think if we run into Clyde again, we can give him this stuff, but that's kind of welded together.
Yeah, you'd have to unweld it, which would just damage it more.
Actually, the Fables will check his gun kits and see if there's any solvent in it that could potentially dissolve it.
Do you have anything that would dissolve metal?
Acid? Do you have acid?
You would have, like, acid for cleaning, but it wouldn't be strong enough to break weld points out.
Oh, but this is also, you said, very hastily welded, too.
Yeah.
Actually, the Fables will check. Is it welded enough that its strength that, just brute pulling it apart would work?
Grab a chunk and pull?
Yeah.
So, looking at it, you also see, like, the daggers, and so you would be risking, if you grab in the wrong spot and the weld breaks, there's a potential of being stabbed by rusty metal. You also don't know everything that's in it. Those walls are about 10 feet thick, and this door feels like it's about 7 inches or 7 feet thick of just miscellaneous scrap metal.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that thick.
Yeah, same. Well, we have those bricks that explode things, or I have, pulling out the explosive arrow, 2 explosive arrows that she has.
You also have the TNT sticks that Faye found and left on the bodies, but they are temperamental, and you would be risking premature explosion.
I was say, how much overkill is a brick if it's one of those bricks for this issue?
Based on the math, you have decided that you would be able to get through this door with a single brick, just center placed.
Yeah,
because it would
to
also
reach your arm in.
No, like center place on front, right where you're at.
Oh,
Center
okay.
place in the height and width, not the depth.
Okay.
But that also means that it would blow all the shrapnel inward, not outward.
Yeah, but we could set it and run.
Yeah.
And hide.
Yeah.
Question.
Answer.
Would Defibrius, with his knowledge of gunpowder, explosives, and stuff like that, be able to shape it enough to blow it not inward fully?
No, because of the way the C4 bricks are designed.
Okay.
You also have a very rudimentary understanding of C4. As
It blows
does the
up.
GM. Yeah.
All you need to know.
Well,
So it wouldn't be, if you want to set the single piece of C4, you have done it twice before. I will not make you roll for it. If you have a different plan in mind, you may need to roll.
so those bricks of that really squishy stuff, well, one of that should be more than sufficient to blow this open, but it's going to spray all the debris inward.
That's all right. We can go hide over there, motioning down the hall.
Yeah, but we don't know what's in there, and it might blow up good stuff that we want to take with us.
Yeah, but the goal isn't the looting. The goal is to figure out this Rat King.
But looting good stuff, though, is
We
helpful.
got your trigger.
True. And I thank
We
you
just
guys for
have
that.
to risk it. Unless you want to try and jump across that hole.
Oh,
The one next to the door, unless that's rocks.
They have welded a piece of metal there that you would basically hit it and just fall straight down into a dark abyss.
Wee!
This is our only way through.
Just do it, dude. We'll let you loot the scraps.
Alright, I would suggest finding somewhere safe to stand. And I would not go near the dwarves because the resounding detonation could set off the volatile TNT up above.
Going through the process that you've done several times before, you set the detonation and you run off to hide. As you click the button, you hear the massive explosion go off. You also hear the sounds of flesh being rendered as it fires inwards. Apparently there were still rats behind it, and they are now Swiss
Or
cheese.
little rat screams.
Ugh.
Defibrius will come back down there and take a look at the handiwork.
Delilah follows going, good job.
Did it get it all?
As you walk in, you hear rats chittering, and the lights in this room are pulsing red. As you hear something walking, and it has this strange metally sound as it walks, and you hear them welding and moving things, and you hear the sounds of metal scraping against metal. As you have come to the realization you have found the Rat King's lair, and there are rats everywhere, most of which are red-eyed, and they're ignoring you as they are trying to dig through metal and making ladders and trying to find more ways to get into Godsville proper.
My biggest and most important question is the welder still around that I can pick up and take with me?
You know what? Yes, you find a small backpack welder.
Defibrilus's eyes will light up and he will grab it.
You're going to want to write this down. It has 10 uses left. You do not see the goggles that are required, though.
Defibrius, that was worth it.
Told you. Now, I think that's our target.
Are you guys walking in?
Not yet. Defibrius is going to survey just how bad
No,
this is
you
going to
never
be.
know we didn't just explode his door open. Wild shots? Kalilah's pulling out her bow, and I am, if I'm allowed, casting grab bow already.
I will allow you to cast it.
Like I said, Defibrius is going to peer in because without anything to target, there's nothing to shoot for him at the moment.
As you look inside, you see just barely a large rat. And when I say large, this thing is the size of a Shetland pony. And it is walking around on all fours and chittering angrily. Its eyes are glowing red. Its teeth glint with this blackened steel. Its feet aren't like normal rats. They are metal, and you can see the light shining off the sharpened edges. Its tail is very reminiscent of the snakes you saw above. And it is just moving and chittering angrily, talking to the other rats.
I think we really made that one mad.
Yeah.
Are you guys still staring at it?
We're just taking a moment to think.
Okay.
And ready weapons just in case.
We're all,
Yes, I'm assuming because you guys know that the Rat King is in there, you guys are preparing your weapons.
yes, we're preparing our weapons and looking at each other before, in hushed tones, making a plan before just Leroy Jenkinings it in there. Like we did the first time.
Faye is casting guidance on her party members.
I think we all hit that with some wild shot.
Again.
Right out the gate. Don't even be in there, and if it's a good AoE effect, it'll help kill off a lot of the little rats, and hopefully do some damage
I think-
to that thing.
I think from like where I have Defibrius, just like from while I was measuring, this, I don't know what this giant bulge in the wall is, but if you technically are firing from the door, depending on what that bulge is on the wall, this thing here,
That's
my
the whole
arrows.
pit. So pretend that's a wall. That's the whole
Oh,
pit.
okay, that's a hole.
So there's
Okay, it's a
a
hole.
metal plate that's been welded across that, so you can't jump across it from the cavern and get into the ship. You will just fall through
Oh,
an endless
okay.
abyss for all we know.
I thought you guys were originally talking like going around like through from
Oh no,
this
no, yeah, I
to
meant the
there
little
to
hole.
there. Okay, that makes more sense. But then, yeah, we have clear
We
shot
do
from
have a
where we're
clear
at.
shot, and we can just 1, 2, 3 it, right? Surprise! I don't think we're gonna get a surprise round since the explosion and everything. Yeah, it's pretty much 95 feet, 100 feet.
I can't throw that far.
Okay, well, Defibulous and I could do the wild shot. Could you do your shadow step thing, throw a dagger, and then shadow step back?
Hang on. Where? Well, I can only do that when somebody misses an attack on me. Somebody or something misses an attack on me.
Oh, I didn't know how it works. I just know you've been doing it.
Yeah. My new armor will let me do it, but I need a shadow to step into that exists.
Ah,
And there are no shadows because this is a not well lit, but it is a pulsing red hue constant.
Right, so what I need is to take out the lights.
how tall are the ceilings in here, too, please?
12 feet?
Okay, thank you.
If we can take out a light and cause one of these pillars... These are pillars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If we can cause one of these pillars to cast a shadow, I can step
I can
into
cast
it.
a dancing lantern and put it anywhere in the room you want me to.
I mean... Probably would.
Yeah,
As long as it casts a shadow big enough for me to step out of.
it will.
The question is, do you really want to teleport that far in there by yourself with it?
Well, I mean, you guys are coming after, right?
Because there's also,
Well, yeah.
well, the other issue is depending also what the wild
Does.
shot
Hence why we'll wait.
does.
You and I fire, we see what it does. She does a thing, does her throwing dagger wild shot, and then blips back to us for safety. See what happens?
Yeah, hers are ball
I thought they were
bearings.
ball bearings.
I throw it out.
I don't know what they were. Kalila doesn't know. She just knows that she has the ability to use something with wild shot. I can also fire a couple of hornet nest arrows in there, which just cause mayhem.
Mayhem.
Mayhem? Is that different than July ham?
Yes.
But I wanted August ham.
All right. Well, pull out. Here's an August ham arrow.
Could you imagine being the creature that, you're standing there minding your own business and this giant piece of ham just flies by and just decks you in the face?
Sounds like a Rocco's Modern Life.
It does.
Okay, so it's facing...
It is kind of walking around.
Okay, so we have to time it.
Is this our game plan? Can we agree to this and then do the things?
It sounds like an accurate idea.
Alright, cast the lantern really dim over here.
Instead of
Yeah.
over here, give directions, like cardinal directions, so that our listeners do know what's going on.
By the northeast pillar.
Yeah, okay, so there's... The pillars are 4 square. I want the upper right-hand pillar to the right of the pillar, so it's on the outside of the square. The Rat King is walking around on the inside of the square.
Yeah.
But that gives me some shadow over here to step into, and I'm mostly out of his sight.
And it gives you dodging and
Yep.
get out quickly abilities.
Yep, and as long as we have a light source over here where we're standing in the doorway, then I should be able to step back. Especially if anything misses me, I'll be able to... It won't matter.
So light up one of your daggers, stick it just outside of the door so it casts a shadow, either or inside the door, doesn't matter, it casts a shadow. You can then step back into that shadow from my lantern shadow.
Hang on a sec. Cast it, I'll step. Let's go.
Sounds good. She'll pull and notch her bow and wait for Defibulous.
All right. So you're all set. So, how I'm going to do this is we are going to consider the rats, the small, standard dire rats. We're going to consider them a swarm. So there are 10 swarms of devil rats. Dire rats.
Devil rats.
I like devil rats. That's
Okay, how many is in a swarm?
We're
5?
just going to say
10?
that there's swarms of 5.
Okay,
There's about 50 rats in here.
Yes.
with the big one.
Right.
I also suggest casting the Angry Storm Cloud.
I can cast the Angry Storm Cloud, or I can do a Ball of Fire. Which would you prefer?
Angry Storm Cloud.
Hold on.
I don't like fire.
I'm gonna fire first and make sure the effects aren't going to negate the Storm Cloud, and then my next chance I'll cast the Storm Cloud.
I'm wondering if I can do a cold shot using wild shot ammunition and a skill.
I will allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna kind of do like the take a round or two, you know, an extra 10 seconds, to line up a good shot, make sure, because we can take all the time. It seems like nobody's.
No, they know
yet.
you're there. It's just they're rats. It's not like they can
Okay, well they're not coming in my direction yet.
because there's other things going on.
That we don't know about. 25.
Alright.
I'm sorry,
23.
24. I'm wrong. 24.
3.
No, wait.
Alright.
25, sorry. It's the new dex. My new dex mod doesn't translate onto the character sheet yet.
I just mathed badly.
And Faye?
21.
Alright. I'm still rolling for the dire rats. Give me one more second. Well, this is going to be a pretty decent battle.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, do you want the breakdown of who goes when, or do you want to just figure it out as we go?
I like knowing.
Alright. It goes Defibulus, 2 sets of dire rat, 2 swarms of dire rat, Kalila, 2 swarms of dire rat, Faye, a dire rat, the Rat King, and then the rest of the dire rats. So, when combat starts, they are aware of you, they are not going to make a move on you yet, because they are expecting you to run. It is just that look that they have. Because there's always like one kind of watching you, making sure you're not getting too close. So they are keeping a breath. The Rat King is snarling and biting, like chittering angrily at you. Top of round, Defibulus, what would you like to do?
Well, we still going with the wild shot idea, guys?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, so I am going to aim at his face
All right, that's a call shot.
and do. Yeah, what is your negative?
Yeah.
2 for call shots? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do a call shot to his face with dead shot, while making sure I'm firing
Okay.
wild shot at him.
So roll to hit.
If everything I added correctly, it is a 34, unless that skill gives me a bonus to hit, or is it just damage?
All right, so it is a hit. And you are doing wild shot. So let's get that
Yes.
let's get that D6 rolled first.
3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, guy, and a D100.
63.
Rolling. 63. You cast Fog Cloud, and it is centered on yourself, so you guys are now considered concealed.
Ooh.
Sweet, and just roll normal damage to him. 32 damage to the face.
Okay.
That's a rude awakening.
I rolled 2 10s for the D10
Your
damage to him.
damage dice like you. I always roll like 1, 3, 2, 4.
As the bullet hits this dire rat king, you see the fur shred off of him, and you see more electrical metal, and you see his red eyes slowly turn and lock in on you. His body shifts and his claws dig into the metal as he gives out a massive ear-splitting screech. All the rats in the area are now aware of you and are now moving towards you.
We were concealed.
He followed the bullet. He looked at where the bullet was. So you can see him. He can't clearly see you, but he knows where the bullet came from.
He knows it came from the fog cloud.
Hey guys, I think I really pissed it off this time.
Noticed.
All right, I'm using full movement on my rats to move closer. All right. Kalila and Hugin's turn.
Rolling. I have had, like I said, I took, while Defibulus was, or before we were all, I was asking for at least a round of aiming. Wanted to know if I got that honored.
Yep.
Okay, yes. So wild shot, and I'm just making sure more of a generic aim. Torso is fine. Yeah.
Roll to hit.
24. And that's, I don't know what to add for the modifier, so that's on you.
Oh, since you're not placing it, you're not doing a called shot, there is no, so it's just a straight roll. Oh, for the aiming. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, it's a +2.
Okay, so then it's 26.
All right, so you hit him. I need you to roll damage. And then I need the wild shot stuff.
15 for the arrow damage.
Okay.
3. 92.
With a 92. A tiny rain cloud appears above your head and starts to rain. So everywhere you go within a 5-foot radius, there will be water and any flames are extinguished.
Kalila's just gonna look up at the rain cloud with the most, like, WTF look, and her ears are just gonna flop back with the, that is not what I intended.
Not what I wanted, man. Hey, free shower.
Not what I wanted.
Rat move. Rat move. Faye, you're round.
I was actually gonna ask, don't I get a second attack?
Oh, that's right. You do. My apologies.
Okay, no, that's okay. And because of the defeated rain cloud, though Kalila was not originally planning 2 wild shots back to back, she's throwing another one.
All right, go for it.
27.
Add as a hit.
He takes 12 damage from the arrow itself. I rolled a 1 on the d6 this time,
Okay.
and a 39 this time for my percentiles.
Right. 39. You get, and you could overflow this. You get 2d10 extra hit points.
Nice.
Oh. Now, when you say overflow, that just means I
Goes
go
into-
above my normal health points.
Yeah, I'm going to allow it to go over your normal health points because this is wild shot. Weird crap happens
All right, cool. Thanks.
now that you're a soaking wet cat. Faye's turn.
Okay. So if she casted the dancing lantern,
Mm-hmm.
then I get to move.
Okay.
Armor stepping over.
All right, so you're moving to that northern pillar.
Yep. And then making a 5-foot adjustment so I can get a nice clear line of sight.
Okay.
And throwing a wild ball bearing.
All right.
Why not?
Go, give me a 1d6, the roll a d6.
6.
Okay, and then I need a d100.
55.
55. Give me a sec. Let me look it up. You do necrotic. So a bone hand of green slime slams down onto the Rat King and does 2d6 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
I feel so defeated on my wild shots.
4 and 3.
Hey, I mean, I created a fog cloud.
At least it helped everybody.
Okay. And let's see. I've got a rat within striking distance on Faye. And it's its turn. Nat 20.
Meh.
So this dire rat jumps at you and takes a bite and does max damage. So 9 points of damage, and since it's a crit, it doubles. So it is, I'm not doubling the +1, I'm just doubling the 8. So that is 17 points of damage. It is now the dire rat's turn. I'm sorry, the rat king's turn. And he is going to, are you within range? You are within range, full movement. He is getting right up in your face. And that's all I've got. And the rest of the rats are moving.
If he's in my space, did he provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, opportunity attacks, at least by D&D, is the creature has to exit or try to move out and then back into your space after already being in it.
All right, so everyone has moved, and you know what? With Faye being attacked by 2, wild shots have been had. We're ending this week's episode right here.
Mid-combat.
That's what I do, yo.
Can I have a cheesy dun, dun, dun?
Yes, I'll use that one.
Awesome.
Well, me friends. It seems as if the adventurers, the Alpha team, has come across the Rat King. A creature that has this command of these strange dire rats. With Kalila now soaking wet, a fog obscuring the vision, and Faye in melee combat with the creature. Only time will tell if they will get out of this alive. He smiles as the thunder rolls behind us. Until next time, me friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll. We here at What the Dice would like to thank Paizo for creating Pathfinder, Epidemic Sound for our music, as well as Sirenscape for our sound effects. If you would like to reach out to us, you can do so on Facebook at What the Dice Pod, Twitter at What the Dice Pod, and of course email whatthedicepod@gmail.com. And if you liked our little adventure, please share us with your friends and rate and review us.